Good practice day, really intense, a lot of situations, put a lot of guys in there. I like the practice. I mean, good boat, again, we'll look at the film and some mistakes and not, but just the competition was good and created some great scenarios and great teaching tape to learn from. So I thought today was a good, solid day as far as an effort. Execution is getting better. Guys making plays, throwing, catching, running, covering, all the different things. It was a good day.
I want to see a little bit more of that after the scrimmage. Are you starting to see them pick it up a little bit?
They are.
The intensity and the hunger?
They are, and they got to understand that, and they're doing better. I mean, the scrimmage wasn't. I mean, I wasn't just totally disappointed, but I'm just saying there's a level, there's a standard we're going to play at. I'm not going to lower that standard for anything. You know what I'm saying? And they got to get to it, and that's part of coaching.
One of the absences we saw today was Dalvin Cook. What's the latest with him?
Dalvin has surgery on his shoulder. We cleaned up a little stuff in the back of his shoulder. He'll be ready in a couple months, and he'll be good. He'll be ready to go in June, July, and train and do everything. There's some things in there that didn't feel we had them checked, and it was a questionable to do it or not, so they went ahead and do them. It was a good thing they did, but nothing drastic. He'll just be immobilized for about 2 months.
And about how long has that been going on since he ended the year?
No. He felt a little thing in the pass pro. We didn't get him tackled there, but he was doing a pass pro drill and he got pinned over, and there was something in there was just in the back of it. And then they cleaned it up, so he'll be out the rest of spring, which he'll be ready in a couple months. He'll be training.
Related at all to some of the other shoulder injuries he's had?
No, that had nothing to do with any of them.
Mm-hmm. Is it the same shoulder he hurt?
I want to say yes, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll hold me to it.
Surgery was earlier.
Now, breaking news. Get your breaking news out. Go ahead. Start ignoring me when I'm giving an interview and you're tweeting it out to get the first one out. Which one? Look right. Oh, he is. Disrespectful. See, you finish it. See, y'all who's going to be the first one? And y'all wonder why kids don't pay attention. Y'all don't pay attention. I got to be the first one.
No, I'm going to be last one.
I got to be the first one. That's good.
It's still on record.
Exactly. Yeah. What you got?
Surgery was earlier this week, or?
No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
How's Sean doing in his progress, and what's kind of the timeline?
Is he good? Hopefully by June. By June, he'll be ready to go full speed. They're looking at it again. He's been 60 or 70% on with the conditioning things. They're putting the weight on it, so it's going good.
How involved can he be, or has he been?
Extremely involved. All of our meetings, all of our talking, teachings, everything. He's been extremely involved.
Jock kind of picked things up that he was with the first team today, Patrick.
Ain't nobody else. Who's left?
Yeah, Ryan.
No, Ryan got it. Both of them did. They were in there. But no, Jock had a better scrimmage the other day. Thought he ran with more power and pad lean. Still got to get down there better, but he's doing better and better.
But being the fact that Dalvin's out, is he kind of stepping up and taking over that?
Yeah, he's learning too. I mean, he's learning too. Ain't there yet.
Over the course of 13 practices, what's pleased you most so far this spring?
I'll reserve that. I don't know if I have to think about it. They say nothing over glaring, bad. Great. And I don't mean that in any disrespect.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that, and I say that when they say, well, this here didn't do it. No, that's not true. It's kind of we've steadily improved in all areas.
Is that at least what you're looking for? To at least see some steady improvement?
You got to in all areas. You got to creep in and lay the foundation and lay the library of things we want to do and be able to pull out in the summer and fall and just refine it.
With all the renovations, Doak, how much has this game really turned into a showcase for you guys?
Well, I don't know if it's a showcase. It's just a great opportunity for us to get down there with the fans in South Florida, but also to be in a venue and a hotel and where we're going to go, where we're going to play for next week too. But it's a great opportunity to, you're in a different venue sometimes. It makes you focus different. You kind of get a little more excitement in the game. And we divide the game up. It's not an offense, defense. We had a draft last night, so we'll give you a list later on. So we let them draft, and so it'll be a lot.
Players do the draft?
No, we let seniors.
Okay.
Divide the seniors up, and then they got the draft. They say it's not too fun though. I want him. Well, you only get one pick, and that's a whole different animal when they got a pick and it's. Well, I wanted him to. Well, you shouldn't have picked him.
So you got to step in with the offensive line.
No. I just if you draft the one left guard, then his backup automatically goes to the other team. Then you get another draft pick. You know what I mean? So each team gets balanced out.
You talked about players kind of know. Is that
that's their own bed. They can live in.
Is that a good exercise for you as a coach to kind of see who the players?
I love
are
seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing what they think of each other.
And that's to the camaraderie too, right?
Yeah, it's camaraderie. Because now it's been offense, defense the whole spring, which I hate. I hate that. I think that's bad for your team because you can divide it too much. You got to be as a team. Soon as this draft happened, now they want another defensive guy wanting to talk to the other defensive guy on his own group. I mean, they're already taught. You know what I mean? But the point of it is too that we got to have each other. And when you get in camp and here, then you go into camp in the fall and you stay offense, defense so long, you can divide yourself if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? And you want to beat the other guy on the other team, but you still got to, like I tell him, well, go tell him, listen, I'm reading every time you're in that stance, you're going to do that. Or I can tell every time you guys are in that stance, you're going to run a twist. You know what I'm saying? Instead of hiding that thing from each other, even though, all right, winning out here isn't going to help us. You know what I'm saying? And learn to help each other. And offensive guys can be the best coaches for defense, and defensive guys can be the best coaches for offense. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we see. And trying to get our guys to interact that way to learn football better. You know what I'm saying? And learn to execute a play when the other guy does it right. And if two guys doing it right, then that's when you find out if you're good or not. I know I just lost you. I can tell your eyes the way they're rolling.
Who's the first pick?
You're rolling your eyes. You were going, well, you were thinking about something else. What was you thinking about?
I was about asking you a question.
No, okay.
Who's the first pick? Do you remember?
Nah, I ain't saying that. That's private.
As far as linebackers, you talked a little bit about them this spring, but what maturity have you seen from Roderick and Matthew this session?
More consistency, and then trying to take a more leadership role, being more vocal, making calls, and because in linebacker you got to make those calls, you got to speak. You know what I mean? They're doing a better job.
Not having more players for the last little while.
It's putting a lot of pressure. Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of pressure on McFadden in 24 now. You know what I'm saying out there, and more of that because Malik's out too. So you're putting a lot of snaps. And you find out how much toughness they got too. How many snaps they get? Yeah, they're doing a good job.
How's AJ Westbrook? I don't think we've asked you much about him. How's he coming along in
Good.
different roles?
Playing safety, playing nickel. He even got to play a little corner if he has to. He's a very versatile guy, very smart guy.
Jimbo, two freshman quarterbacks in a venue where you're not here, you're a different venue, 50,000 people. That tell you a little bit more about these guys in that kind of setting?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the other thing this spring game. That's why I like the big crowd. I mean, everybody says, well, it ain't. Yeah, it is a big deal because it's the one time you get to see these guys walk out there and all of a sudden it's not a practice field and the stands are full. And it's just another time to put them in an atmosphere and environment that they can get used to. And the more, because we're always going to play in big crowds. So sometimes I'd rather have that big crowd this week than, hey, I've walked out in front of that many people one time before. Even though it's a spring game, it still tells you a little something for those guys to handle that situation. Because the more often you're in it, the better you handle it.
The fact you're going to open the season there kind of.
Exactly right. Yep.
And Central Florida's been good to you guys as far as recruiting.
We got a lot of players throughout that area, the whole Orlando area and all through there. But the whole state's been good. But it's been a great area.
Good to have maybe a little extra exposure there. Just being
Doesn't hurt.
Yep.
With the exception of going to another state, how much of a benefit is it to take the spring game on the road from time to time, with renovations? Because I know Ohio State did it a couple years ago when they had renovations.
Yeah, you can, but also think about this. How many times you ever get plaques in your own stadium? You got to be careful and make sure your guys are used to that one too before you go traipsing around. You know what I'm saying? But it is good for the fan base sometimes. And we always want to keep the fans happy. We love our fans.
Will you be able to? I know the recruits can come. But will you be
Yeah,
able to,
I will be able to talk and interact just like I do here. We got a waiver and ask the NCAA that we can do it just like it was a home game. I mean, right here.
In terms of the operation of it, will you be able to do everything you could have done here? In terms
Not
of
totally. At least they don't get to see your facilities. But the way we got it set up, and all of them will be able to meet room and thing, I can meet with everybody and the families and do that.